Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. As always, I am Sports Nerd. Hey, we're back. Oh, well, today what we are going to be talking about is the MLB offseason this year. We've been seeing a lot of deals going around, a lot of free agency deals, and even if we're early, it's getting good already. Let's get straight into the action. First, go into the big names in free agency, and boy, have there been a lot of them. We'll go over the prices and the teams they went to. Let's get straight into it. First, we start off with one of the biggest names actually signed on the day of filming this. We have for 10 years, $325 million. Huge contract for my man Corey Seager. Holy cow, is that a lot of money? I wish I had that. He's going to the Texas Rangers, who have been building hard this free agency. If he can really have a breakout season like he had in 2017 or one of these past 2 years, he is going to be a big candidate. Not just for maybe an all-star, maybe an MVP, taking Texas to the playoffs even. They're looking good. Speaking of the Texas Rangers, they have another guy. For 7 years, $175 million. This made me sad. For people that know me really well, I am a huge fan of Marcus Semien. He almost came to my favorite team, the Cubbies. It would have been so perfect for me. Instead, he's heading off to Texas for 7 years, $175 million. A well-earned contract. And I mean, this Texas team, if these two guys have half the season they had in the year previous to us, this could be a really, really, really good team. Next up, we have, for 3 years, $130 million. He is a dominant pitcher. Even if he is getting a little bit older, he's on his older side. You have Max Scherzer. He went to the Mets. He is going to be a huge pitching prospect. He always has. Huge piece in the Dodgers. Getting a big playoff spot. Taking it to the NLCS. Yada, yada. They had another incredible year. And now going to the Mets. The Mets are another team that's been rebuilding really hard. And they could really have championship hopes if Scherzer can keep on his feet. Next up, Robbie Ray, a Cy Young candidate. I actually think he did win the Cy Young. For 5 years, $115 million. Holy cow. Well-deserved contract. He's going to the Mariners. Seattle, who had a good year last year. They're just looking for more guys to build up to the playoffs. They had probably their best chance at the playoffs in years and years. And Robbie Ray, a huge candidate. He had an incredible 2021 season. And if he can keep that up for the Mariners, they could be a good team, even if they're losing faces like Kyle Seager. Second to last, certainly not least, you have Justin Verlander, JV. 2 years, $50 million. He's heading back to the Houston Astros. This will probably be his last 2 years. But as always, he is looking really good. And if he can keep up what he's doing, this is going to be not only a big money-making year for him, $25 million a year, but maybe something to earn a little bit more in his next year. Last but not least on this list, we have for 2 years, $26.5 million. Another one of my personal faves. I really like that A's team. Mark Canha. He's heading to the Mets with Max Scherzer. So a big bat and a really good arm. I'm telling you, the Mets looking good. And Canha is a good outfielder, good fielder, but also a ginormous bat to have. I'll get into some big rumors regarding the MLB. First, one of my all-time favorite players, probably my all-time favorite player. I have a fat head of him. Over there, of course you can't see him. Let me try to get him. Chris Bryant, back when he was on the Cubs. He's got a good shot at going to the Mets, possibly. Or Philly, who, of course, you hear in the stories the Giants not really eyeing him. So a big deal to the Mets or Philly could definitely be looming. Second, we have Trevor Story. He declined the $18.4 million deal for a year to the Rockies, but the Rockies still looking to bring him back. He's an all-time shortstop for the squad, along with Troy Tulowitzki, along with other really good names. And if they can bring him back, the Rockies won't have to go into complete rebuild, and at least they'll have somebody to build around. If that's going to be hard to bring him back, seeing how bad the club has been and how much of a rebuilding state they're already in. Next, we have Nick Castellanos, another former Cubs player, he has been good forever and ever. Ever since he left the Tigers, going with the Cubs and the Reds, he has been going off on a different level. I mean, look at his stats. I don't have them pulled up here, but they are off the charts. The Phillies, once again, looking for him. If they can bring in both Chris Bryant and Nick Castellanos, this could be one of the biggest hitting teams in the league, which can really bring them a long way. With the Mets also in their division, could be a big battle in the NL East. Finally, we have Chris Taylor, who started off in Seattle there. He's looking to come back to the Seattle Mariners. They've already picked up a couple. You heard about that. But if they can pick up Chris Taylor, that's a big bat that they can replace with Kyle Seager coming out, among other faces. They can put him basically anywhere on the field. That diverse of a guy could be huge to a Mariners squad that still needs to perfect a couple of positions. Now I'm going to go over my favorite player at each and every position, except for the pitchers because I put down multiple. For the catcher, I put down Yan Gomes. He's been a reliable bat and fielder on both sides in a very difficult catcher position. Then first baseman Freddie Freeman, he has been incredible these last 2 years, 3 years, whatever you want to put it at. I'm shocked nobody's signed him yet. At second baseman, we have Luis Garcia. He's been pretty good these last couple years, and I think somebody could put him in as maybe a bench bat, or if you really needed a second baseman. At second base, he's a pretty good fielder. Third base, my old pal KB. Once again, shocked nobody's signed him yet. He's been incredible all through his career, especially in that 2016 World Series season, but still has been pretty underrated these last few years. At shortstop, of course, Trevor Story. He's been incredible. Once again, in his entire career, has been incredible on the Rockies, and he could be big money for whoever wants him. I mean, he's not going to go to the Rockies, even if they're trying as hard as they can to get him. In left field, I have Kyle Schwarber. He's been an incredible bat his entire career. And not going to lie, a little bit of an underrated fielder. I think he can definitely do something. Center field, you have Kevin Pillar. Everybody just knows him, it seems, because of his gruesome injury. But throughout his entire career, he's been an incredible, incredible fielder. And has even shown very good flashes of the wood. In right field, Nick Castellanos. Not an incredible fielder, but to get that starting position, you really need bats. And guess what he's got? He's been one of the best hitters in the league for a long time. And now for designated hitter, we have Nelson Cruz, an incredible hitter. He's just fighting off Father Time, even though he is 41. So you got to watch that, a possible retirement case. Our two starting pitchers, Clayton Kershaw, everybody knows his name. Enough said. And Rodon, of course, a little bit underrated, Carlos Rodon, but he has really shown really good signs with the White Sox of knowing how to give him that perfect third strike pitch, sit him down. Our two relief pitchers, we have Rachel Iglesias. Butchered that, don't worry. He has been very, very good at that relief position. Relief position a little bit underrated with the stakes that are coming in, but he has totally been up for grabs, and he is going to be huge to a relief squad, especially for a team with a bad relief. Bullpen, that's the exact same thing with Kenley Jansen. He's been insane on the Dodgers. His playoff appearances have defined his career, and you see what he's done in those appearances. It's beautiful. Our third and final relief pitcher, until we wrap this one up, it's the sheriff with that crazy mustache, Andrew Chafin, with the Cubs. He was amazing, sitting down basically every batter he faced, put stuff into the record books, maybe dropped off a little bit with the A's, but he would probably like a new environment. With what he can do, especially in that first half of the season in his career, has been incredible. And there's no need to trade him away. Then Sports Nerd back for the first time in 9 months. Hey, go subscribe to the channel. I'm uploading more recently now. It's called the Tyler Carr Football League. You know my name now. 5 more subs, and I'll make this normal. Well, peace out. This has been Sports Nerd back for the first time in 9 months. I love all you guys. And a new outro. Stay true to yourselves. Get your work done. And tune in to Sports Nerd.